Shri Manache Shlok, Shloka number 64, English translation and explanation. Shri Manache Shlok were written by Samarth Ramdas Swami. They are a dialogue with our mind. अति मूढत्या दृढ बुद्धी असेना अति कामत्या रामचित्ती वसेना अति लोभत्या क्षोभ होईल जाणा अति विषयी सर्वदा दैन्यवाणा. The extremely foolish cannot have a firm intellect. The extremely lustful cannot have Rama seated in the consciousness. The extremely greedy is bound to become irritated. The one who is always after sensual pleasures is always impoverished. Some keywords used in this shloka are Moodha means dim-witted, Drudha means firm, Kama means desire, Vasena means does not leave, Kshobha means irritation, Vishayi means sensual pleasures, Dainyavana means pitiable. Samarth Ramdas Swami has mentioned the Shadripu, the six enemies of the mind, in multiple shlokas. In this shloka, he has mentioned a few of them again. Kama, which is desire, and Lobha, which is greed. One other enemy is touched upon without mentioning it directly here, and that is Moha, which is fascination or attachment due to sensual pleasures. When this attachment is due to the five senses, the touch, vision, hearing, smell, and taste, it is referred to as Vishaya, which is referenced in this shloka. It is also important to understand the difference between the two types of mind mentioned here, the buddhi and chitta. According to the yogic understanding, based on the Hindu scriptures, the mind has four different categories: buddhi, manas, ahankara, and chitta. Buddhi is the intellect. It functions based on the memory or data stored in our brain based on the knowledge we have gathered. Everyone has a different intellect based on how their thought process works based on this memory. Intelligent people are able to produce more thoughts from the available memory than those who are not so intelligent. Manas is throughout our body, in each and every cell. Each cell in our body has a phenomenal memory and remembers thousands of generations of our forefathers. We can loosely relate it to what we call DNA, which is in every cell of our body. But this part does not have any intellect. Intellect is only present in the brain. The third characteristics of mind is ahankara. Ahankara is the dimension of the mind and is the one which gives us identity. It is much more than what normally is translated as ego. It is the part which comes to existence as soon as you wake up in the morning, the I or me in us. Chitta is the innermost dimension of the mind, which is the mind without the memory. It is always there and it just functions. Everything is there because of this. It connects us to our consciousness. It is always on, whether we are in the waking state or dream state or deep sleep state. The people who are moodha, dim-witted, stupid or foolish do not have a firm buddhi, which is intellect. Their ability to come to conclusions and solve problems is poor. They will keep on fluctuating between thoughts and will find it hard to make good decisions all the time, even if they have some knowledge. The people who have lust and excessive desires are so engrossed in their own thoughts and desires that there is no place for them to think about devotion. Their mind at the innermost level, chitta, is always completely engaged by these desires. God cannot exist in their consciousness. The greedy ones are always looking to satisfy their excessive greed. They are so engrossed with the greed about everything that it is easy for them to get irritated, frustrated, as it is just not possible that everything will happen according to what they want. The people who are always after the sensual pleasures to satisfy every sensory organ in an excessive way are bound to be pitiful. By describing various types of people who get impacted by all of these enemies of the mind, Samarth Ramdas Swami is providing wisdom to our minds about avoiding anything in excess and also to conquer the six enemies of the mind. अति मूढ़त्या दृढ़ बुद्धि असेना अति कामत्या रामचित्ती वसेना अति लोभत्या क्षोभ होईल जाणा अति विषयी सर्वदा दैन्यवाणा. Join me in the humble effort of spreading this amazing part of our Maharashtrian literature and culture to the English speaking community in the entire world. Be proud of our culture. Like, share, comment, and subscribe to the channel A Dialogue with Our Mind. जय जय रघुवीर समर्थ.